Texas Tech and Grant McCasland had a busy offseason in the transfer portal. And in today's video, we'll discuss just how many top 20 transfers Texas Tech landed within the Big 12. 2, 3, 4? We'll answer that here in just a little bit, but we'll also discuss two unofficial visitors from the high school ranks on campus this past weekend. Who are they and what's their skill set? Well, we'll discuss that and much more in today's video. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxwell here for the Back to 12 podcast. And if you want 100% free daily Texas Tech videos, whether it's Texas Tech football, men's basketball, whether it's on the gridiron, hardwood, or on the recruiting trail for both programs, you know what to do. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to join over 10,000 strong. There's no other YouTube channel with this amount of Texas Tech fans following it daily. I promise you won't regret it. We'll have live games here on the channel with live instant reaction during football and men's basketball season for your Texas Tech Red Raiders. So hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. All right, we're going to start in the high school ranks here, and we will start with 2026 small forward Noah Hill, who was on an unofficial visit to the 806 this past weekend. 6'7", 210 out of McKinney, Texas, from Emerson High School. As I mentioned, unofficial visit to Texas Tech, and funny enough, he actually doesn't have a scholarship offer from Texas Tech. The only D1 offer he has is from that school down in College Station. Now, if you turn on the film, you see instantly why Texas Tech has interest in this 2026 prospect, Noah Hill. He is the prototypical Grant McCasland big. He's 6'7", 210. I bet Noah ends up being around 6'9", 225. He's long, he's lengthy, he can go and guard on the perimeter, but he makes an impact in the interior of, well, both sides of the floor. And you watch him on film, and he's already got the defensive end down pat. He's got to work on his offensive footwork a little bit, but he is a guy that can make an impact by the rim on both ends of the floor. So super early in the process for him. We know that. Again, he doesn't have an offer from Texas Tech right now. I would suspect that changes, and I would suspect that he gets other offers here in the future from the D1 ranks and high D1 programs at that. But it's interesting to see Texas Tech have him on an unofficial visit, because now you're starting to see what Grant McCasland and crew value in the high school ranks, right? Obviously, Noah Hill is just one guy, but you're starting to see a trend a little bit in terms of what Texas Tech and this coaching staff are identifying in terms of what they like from the big positions. And Noah Hill, I mean, he obviously fits the bill. There's no doubting that. All right, let's talk about a 2025 small forward on an unofficial visit to the 806. It is Ian Inman. He is from the Woodlands, Texas, actually goes to College Park High School, 6'5", 180, and he is just like Hill on an unofficial visit this past weekend out to the 806. He has offers from multiple mid-majors, but nobody from the high levels yet in terms of the P5. He's got offers from George Mason, UMass, Northeastern, and Wichita State. He is rated as a 3-star small forward, again, 6'5", 180. Now, he's a crafty player. His athleticism does not jump off the screen, but I will say from the crafty perspective, he does have a good tendency to get to his spots and finish through contact or really make tough shots. And tough shot makers, well, you're going to have a chance to play at the next level. And I think he's one of those guys where you look at him from a Texas Tech standpoint, and he's more of a developmental piece, maybe more of a, hey, we'll add him to the 2025 class if we get some guys that we like, and then maybe add him if we have an additional roster spot. That's kind of what he is, but his game is a little intriguing from a craftiness perspective. But from an athleticism perspective, it doesn't wow me, but I can see some of the traits and some of the things that Texas Tech like, especially the fact that he plays well on both ends of the floor. But those were the two unofficial visitors for Texas Tech this weekend. Before we get into how many top 20 transfers did Texas Tech land in this past portal cycle, I got to remind you one more time, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to stay in the know on all things Texas Tech football and men's basketball all year long. Again, this is the most engaging and most subscribed to independently owned Texas Tech YouTube channel. Nobody is giving you the content quick like this in the Texas Tech space here on YouTube. So join the Back to 12 squad, and all you got to do with these 3 simple steps: simply like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. All right, let's jump into it, because This is from Busting the Brackets. I did not make this list. Do not shoot the messenger, people. And if you want to go check out the list in its entirety, it will be down in the description and in the comments below. I am just going to focus on Texas Tech. Where did they have Texas Tech's transfer portal additions in this top 20? All right. Now, I asked you earlier, how many did you have? 3, 4? What's your answer? Real quick to yourself. If you had 3, you'd be correct. The lone portal addition, not in the top 20, according to Busting the Brackets for Texas Tech, is Fetty Squared. But where do the other ones rank? Well, you can see me at the bottom of your screen right there. Kevin Overton, a guy that if you're over on the Scarlet and Black Insider, which if you're not, I don't know what you're doing at this point, go sign up for that to stay in the know on everything before I can even post videos. I'm posting content over there to let you know what's going on the recruiting trail for Texas Tech men's basketball, as well as Jacob Harris, Austin Massey. But I love Kevin Overton. I think he is a bona fide all Big 12 player in the making. He comes in at number 13. Elijah Hawkins comes in at number 10. And then JT Toppin, the prized possession in terms of the addition, I should say, prized addition to this portal class for Texas Tech, comes in at number 4. Now, who were the players ahead of JT Toppin? Well, there were only 3, and it was Coleman Hawkins, the late addition to Jerome Tang's portal class up there in Manhattan for the Wildcats. Kansas State comes in at 3. AJ Storr, the transfer from Wisconsin, comes in at number 2 for the Jayhawks. And then Norchad Omier, the Miami transfer to Baylor, is the number 1. And I really have no problem with the guys that they have ahead of JT Toppin. I probably, in all honesty, would have had JT Toppin ahead of Coleman Hawkins, but I understand it from the perspective of having Coleman Hawkins ahead. I'm very interested to see how Jerome Tang uses him up in Manhattan. But again, did Texas Tech have the best portal class in the Big 12? I think I can say pretty safely no. But did they have one that can put them in the upper echelon and continue to have and build upon that momentum that Texas Tech had in year number 1 of Grant McCasland? Absolutely. This is a team, again, when you look at the current roster with the guys you expect to be fully healthy, right? Fully healthy going into the season, Texas Tech has a legit chance to make the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. And if you make the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, anything can happen after that. But again, they had Busting the Brackets, did Kevin Overton come in at number 13 in terms of the top 20 incoming transfers in the Big 12. Elijah Hawkins coming in at number 10. And then JT Toppin, the New Mexico transfer, coming in at number 4, with the only 3 names ahead of him, are Coleman Hawkins at Kansas State, AJ Storr at Kansas, and then Norchad Omier at Baylor. That's going to do it for today's video. Once again, if you haven't already, be sure to join the Back to 12 squad. The easiest way to do it, these 3 steps. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to stay in the know all year long on everything you need to know about Texas Tech football and men's basketball right here on the most interactive Texas Tech YouTube channel in the Back to 12 podcast channel.